Well guys, today's about to be pretty insane. Seems like more than ever, YouTube drama, which calling today drama doesn't even really seem like a fair or like correct thing to do. But it seems like YouTube drama has been escalating to a point where like calling it drama on YouTube specifically doesn't even seem fitting half the time. Half the shit we talk about is like real life-altering consequence drama that just happens to take place on YouTube. It's a bit concerning. We've covered a lot of quote YouTube situations on this channel as they've come to be known, but very few, if any, have ever been as insane and complicated and as layered as what we're looking at today. Now, fair warning, this is going to be a very like bare bones, carefully constructed video. I don't know if carefully constructed is the right word, but I'm going to be purposefully not saying a whole lot because part of the reason I'm even talking about this situation is because this situation has become such a big situation. Holy shit, that's a stupid sounding sentence. Because one of the people involved in all this has been working very, very hard to try to get anything that talks about them removed off the internet. This person is apparently a routine abuser of the copyright system, the privacy complaint system, the YouTube report system. So I'm not going to give them anything to go off of to report or claim this video. And I'm doing that because while this person's had a lot of success doing this against the YouTuber we're going to be talking about today, Sly Boy, the unfortunate fact of the matter is that the bigger your channel is, the less effective those kinds of things are. You get more real human eyeballs on your channel as it scales up, which ends up in smaller channels sort of getting shafted and being real big victims of stuff like this a lot of the time. And also being a bigger creator with more time on my hands, if somebody decides to do some fucky shit with the copyright system, it's going to be false in this situation, and I do have the time and I do have the money to take somebody to court for doing that. Copyright claims and copyright strikes are legal actions, which opens up a person to legal reactions, and I sit at home and make YouTube videos all day, so I've really got nothing better to do. With all that being said, today we're talking about a situation with a YouTuber named Sly Boy, who is having his life threatened and his YouTube channel threatened by an online map advocate. Now, if you've never heard the term map, that's a good thing. It also doesn't matter because it's a fake made-up term by pedophiles that they use to justify and try and like communitize their disgusting behavior. It's a term I would never use or recognize outside of this context. I just say it because that's what this person like quote identifies as, so it's kind of important for context. Now, Sly Boy has been making videos about this person for a few months now, and again, I'm not going to be naming this person just to keep things as clean as possible. It would be very easy to find out their name if you went to Sly Boy's channel and looked at his videos on this person, which his channel will be linked in the description. Anyways, his videos on this person have been getting targeted by this person and their community, and they've been working together to get them taken off of YouTube using the various methods that I mentioned earlier. Now, this is important for a few reasons. One is because it seems like YouTube is still allowing small creators to get fucked by their horrific automated systems, and those systems being blatantly abused. That's an issue that at this point I really don't have any hope that YouTube is ever going to do anything about, which is extremely unfortunate. But this is also important because in one of Sly Boy's videos on this individual, after his videos kept getting taken down, he made a pretty damn bold claim, which was that if one more of his videos get taken down, specifically the one he was making this claim in, he would show up to this individual's hometown with a large cardboard cutout of them, stand on a street corner, and tell all the locals in their town what they're all about. Now, unsurprisingly, this video still ended up getting taken down, so in a follow-up video, Sly Boy said he was going to make good on his word and show up to this person's hometown. And this is where things get pretty serious. In the comment section of that video, this person left a public YouTube comment that we will be looking at today, which cannot be read as anything but a threat to Sly Boy's life. Now that the scene is sort of set, we're going to be looking at this video titled "The Person in This Thumbnail is Planning to Murder Me." Not going to show the thumbnail that Sly Boy uploaded a few days ago, which is how I learned about all this because this popped up on my recommended last night. This video includes that comment and some other important stuff. So that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's begin.
Last night I uploaded a video titled "Predators Are Attacking My Channel and They're Losing." That video aged badly and quickly. I can't really sugarcoat the truth right now. Predators are attacking my channel and they happen to be winning at the moment. About a month and a half ago, I made a video exposing a predator whose name I'm not going to say here, but this is someone who has a blog in which they've cataloged their years-long attempts at grooming a 7-year-old, which is the least bad thing about them.
So that is one of the worst sentences you can construct using the English language, and unfortunately, it is not an exaggeration. I think this really goes to show the kind of person we are dealing with here, and it just makes it all that much more disappointing that YouTube is allowing a person like this to abuse their systems to come out on top. Obviously, this is not a new issue, and it's not an issue that is specific to people like this, but you really gotta question just how child-safe and child-friendly YouTube is if they're essentially allowing people like this to make calls and make decisions behind the scenes as long as they have enough people that are willing to do their bidding.
If I were to say the most bad things about them, this video would be more likely to be taken down. In addition to being a menace to society via the aforementioned crimes against humanity, this person is also a menace to YouTube because any video that gets uploaded to this platform which uses this person's name is immediately nuked from the site via mass flagging campaigns. So when my original video about this person was mass flagged and taken down, I set about a plan. This culminated in a video I uploaded a couple days ago called Content Fed this person's name. In this video, I exposed them again, and I said if they got that video taken down, I would show up to their hometown with a life-sized picture of them and tell all of the locals who they were and what they had done. My content fed video immediately got bombarded by a false flagging campaign.
So just for some extra information, if you're wondering like what a false flagging campaign is, or if you're wondering how he knows this is happening, first of all, if you go to this guy's Twitter and you go to his YouTube channel, you will just see that he has screenshots of these people saying, hey, let's do this to this video. So it's not very hidden. But historically, YouTube seems to use like a view to report ratio to determine how quickly a video is going to be reviewed. And historically, it seems like if a video has enough reports compared to its view counts, especially when the reports are about things that involve children, which is what this guy's videos were removed for, ironically, YouTube will go ahead and like proactively remove the video before they get around to it. I'm guessing because their system assumes that if there's so many reports, there's probably something wrong. They can always reinstate the video. Let's just go ahead and take it down in case there is something that people shouldn't be seeing, which would be a fine system, which would make sense for a platform as big as YouTube if there was some sort of counter to people just doing this to any video they don't like. But yeah, even if this guy didn't have screenshots of these people being like, hey, let's report this video, when your video is removed for violating a community guideline that doesn't even make sense within like 24 hours of you uploading a video, it's pretty obvious what's going on.
This individual has also threatened my life. So before the content fed got taken down, she commented, oh, you're gonna come to my town, huh? Good luck with that. A little further down, one of my supporters commented, if you go to Shelbyville, there's a possibility her or one of her gooners pulls up and tries to take you out. Like you said in your video, these sorts of people are unstable and you'd put her in a desperate situation. Be careful and stay strapped, dude. To which I replied, always strapped because I am. To which the predator replied, is this a road you really want to go down? It might be one that neither of us come back from. I'm sick and dying. I don't have much to lose. If you kill me, you're doing me a favor, but it looks like you have a whole lot more to lose. If I die a little sooner than I originally was going to, such is life, I'm at peace with that. But are you at peace with it? I won't capitulate to bullies. I don't negotiate with terrorists. I won't back down. God bless and Godspeed.
So, yeah, this is by basically every definition in the book, especially with the added context of this being on a video where this guy is saying he's going to be in this person's hometown, a very clear and very obvious threat. Also saying I don't negotiate with terrorists to a person calling you out for being a pedophile has got to be the dumbest and most pathetic thing that I have ever heard come out of a human being's mouth. That is truly something else. Now, unfortunately, speaking from personal experience, this is the kind of thing that police don't really care about. The average police officer will see an online threat and be like, okay, well, you shouldn't have made the video. And no, I'm not joking. So unfortunately, this is the kind of thing that the police would not even think twice about until somebody actually gets hurt. But you'd think that YouTube would do something about this. You know, maybe notice the pattern with this guy's videos and the reports, not allow channels or users to exist when they're making threats to other people on their platform. You know, pretty basic stuff you'd think, but guess not. But that's part of the reason I'm making this video, because historically, YouTube does seem to sort of like fold under the pressure. When stuff like this becomes mainstream, when it's no longer just like niche sub 100,000 view videos being talked about, they tend to get their shit together, even if it's just momentarily. Hopefully they will do that here. Now that's essentially the entire video. There's a little bit more like him talking about his plans and what's going to happen in the future, but for our purposes, consequences, I think that's what you need to know. If you want to get the full scope and sort of understand everything, you know, start to finish, like I said, Sly Boy's channel will be linked in the description, but I'm not really going to be going into anything else for the reasons I stated in the beginning. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, go check out Sly Boy's channel. You'll be getting a whole lot more information than I'm going to give you. Like I said, this is more so just to kind of get the word out there to get this in front of creators bigger than I am, because the more people that know about this, the more pressure that is put on YouTube. Every single extra eyeball on this situation reduces the effectiveness of these methods that are used to silence creators like Sly Boy. Put some pressure on Team YouTube on Twitter, at them, say some shit about this. That seems to be the best way to get anything done on this platform, which is crazy. Why it can't be on YouTube, why it has to be on another social media platform, I will genuinely never understand. One of the worst looks for YouTube ever, but that's the way it is. Sly Boy, you will come out the winner of this scenario, ideally. YouTube, get your shit together. See ya.